What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some of my favorite healthy food swaps. If you don't already know, I am already down 41 pounds in about 6 months, and all that was done from home. Really, most of it was because of changes that I made in my diet and just trying to eat better and be healthier overall. Because all of this was during the pandemic, I probably went to the gym once or twice, maybe like a month ago. I was gonna start trying to go, but they closed down again. Swapping your usual foods with these healthy foods is not only going to help you to reach your weight loss goals a lot faster, but it's just going to make you so much healthier overall in the long run. Because these are smaller, more manageable changes, these are things that you can incorporate slowly over time, or even if you want to do them all at once, it's not going to be that hard for you because they are things that you probably eat anyway. It's just like healthier alternatives. It's not anything drastic, but they can definitely add up, especially when it comes to your energy levels, the way that your digestive system is processing the food that you eat, and obviously in terms of weight loss. If you have any healthy food swaps that I don't mention in this video, please make sure to drop them down in the comments. I'm always happy to try new alternatives out. So I'm gonna share with you a few actual items that I use. I didn't go out and buy all the things that you should replace because I'm not going to eat them, and even the healthy things, I didn't go buy all of them because realistically I'm probably not going to finish all that food before it goes bad, and I don't want to waste food. Also going to be talking about the different amounts of calories in the different foods, just so that you can get a comparison of why you're switching them. Ultimately, if you want to lose weight, you have to be in a caloric deficit, which means that you are consuming fewer calories than you are burning. Doing this consistently and over longer periods of times will result in weight loss. So that's why I'm going to mention how much calories are in these things. I'll also probably include some of the other nutrition label facts, like how many grams of carbs or sugar are in some of the things that we're going to talk about today, just to give you a better idea of what it is that you're switching out, like how it's better for your body. And yeah, hopefully you can get a better understanding of how it is that you should be making healthier swaps without having to completely change up your diet and then eventually lose focus because you're restricting yourself of too many things that you typically eat. I have to say this because I don't want anyone to come for me. I'm not an expert in any of this. This is just some of the things that I have done to help me lose the weight along the way. Yeah, let's get started. One of the first food swaps that I think we need to address, and something that I kind of had a hard time with adjusting because, well, let me tell you what it is first. Milk. I actually am not a huge fan of milk in general. Like, I don't just like to drink milk like that. I don't know. I just don't like the taste of just dairy milk in general. I don't know. It's just not for me. I'll eat it with cereal, or I used to. Yeah, basically, if you're going to incorporate some type of milk, you should switch your milk out for some almond milk. This is going to save you so many calories. And I'm going to say this over and over. We want to save calories because they're going to add up so quickly. If you were to track your foods for one day, like going off of what you normally eat, you would see how much and how quickly those calories add up. Obviously, even healthy things have calories, right? But some foods are just more calorically dense. That means you get way more calories in a smaller amount of food. And honestly, eating healthier foods, you get to eat so much more volume of food, because usually healthier foods, whole foods, more nutritious foods actually contain less calories for like a higher volume of food, if that makes sense. If you haven't done any research on this, go look up calorie density or whatever. I won't go too much into that, but yeah, basically we want to find things that are natural or whole foods, because ultimately that's going to lead us to foods that are lower in calories for like the same amount of volume. And you'll see here I'm going to compare the same measurement sizes or serving sizes so that you can get an accurate picture of what I'm talking about. So for example, and I have my notes here, so if I'm looking off, it's because I did my research so that you know I'm not talking out of my ass. And yeah, I'm here to help you. 1 cup of whole milk contains 160 calories, 8 grams of fat, and 11 grams of carbs. Now, I don't remember exactly what brand I looked up, but it was just whole milk. Usually the one that has like the red cap on it, that's for like children or toddlers. So 1 cup, again the same serving size, of 2% milk is 130 calories, so a little bit less than the whole milk. 4.5 grams of fat, so almost half the amount of fat as the whole milk, and then 13 grams of carbs. We're not going to get too detailed on how much carbs and fat you should be eating every day. If you want to track your macros, that's a totally different story, but I'm just going to show you generally like how we're making significant strides in all these different areas by switching to a different alternative. 1 cup of almond milk has 30 calories, and we're comparing that to whole milk having 160 calories, which is what, like more than 5 times the calories. 2% milk still has more than 4 times the calories of almond milk, 2.5 grams of fat, and 1 gram of carbs. So you see a significant difference in those like macronutrients. 0 sugars also. So yeah, even the 1% and the fat-free milk, which I did research on too just to make my point, it's still at least 3 times the calories. Yeah, they're all pretty much higher in sugars, whereas almond milk only has 0 grams of carbs, which you can't really beat. So bread is a staple in almost everyone's diet. If you are going to have bread, always reach for something that is whole grain as opposed to refined breads like white breads. And when you're reading the ingredient list, just make sure that the first ingredient is whole grain and hasn't been processed or refined, like the grains in white bread, for example. Whole grain because it has more fiber usually, and having more fiber means that it's going to help you stay fuller for much longer. We're going to compare the Wonder white bread. Basically 2 slices, which is about 49 grams, 130 calories, and I'm looking at the fiber, which is less than 1 gram for those 2 slices. Dave's Killer Bread 21 whole grains and seeds bread is 120 calories, so it's obviously less calories, significantly more fiber. This has 5 grams of dietary fiber. Another thing that I wanted to give you a healthier option for that I feel like not that many people take into consideration. I haven't seen many people do this, but I want to talk about I gotta make sure I roll my R's, because the last time I was talking about them, I feel like I made a fool of myself. Spanish is not my first language, so if I'm not saying this right and it sounds weird to you, I'm sorry. Tortillas. There we go. Well, depending obviously on your culture, maybe too. This can be something that you eat pretty often and don't even realize how much it is contributing to you maybe not being able to lose weight. And don't have to do away with them at all. You can just make different mission flour tortillas. So 140 calories. There's 26 grams of carbs, which is pretty high for one, because I don't know about you guys, but I probably just wouldn't eat one. 1 gram of dietary fiber. And we're going to look at, if you're like my family and you're like afraid of like healthy whole foods and you freak out at the sight of something that is like a different color than what it normally is, don't be that guy. It's not that bad. I'm not gonna lie, they have a little smell to them. Like, they smell healthy though. They smell like spinach, I guess, because that's what they are. Brand, we're talking about the Mission brand still. One only 60 calories, whereas the regular ones are 140. So you see you're already saving 80 calories, which can add up, especially if you're going to eat 2. A pretty big difference. This has a total of 18 grams of carbs. They have 15 grams of fiber. So much more fiber, way less calories, overall less carbs. So that's that on the flour tortillas. We do have another alternative here. There's so many ways you could make a change. Even when I have been trying to lose weight, when I would eat things like eggs, because I don't really just like to eat eggs like that. I really enjoy using tortilla. They say 25 calories. Honestly, it's kind of misleading. I'm not really sure how many they have because the serving size is 4 tortillas. The back says that there's 90 calories, but if they're 25 each, that would mean that they're 100 calories in 4 tortillas. I don't know. Either way, they have so many less calories than the regular corn tortillas do. The same brand, 2 tortillas is 100 calories. So basically you're saving half of the calories by switching to these. They honestly taste the same. Like, I don't notice any difference whatsoever. What more can you ask for, you know? Another healthy alternative, and this is going to be a hit or miss. I know some people are not going to want to try this anyway, but eat oatmeal instead of cereal. If you fix it up right, it's good. In the cereal that you eat, those box cereals, that's probably what's keeping you from losing weight. I don't see why more people are not obsessed with oatmeal like I am. So if you notice, we have relocated. Son woke up from his nap, so we are going to finish this video off by me sitting on the floor in this toy room. Probably be drawn to something like the Special K fruit and yogurt, because a lot of cereal is marketed a certain way to make things seem a lot healthier for you than they are, to make you feel like there's some sort of extra nutritional value to it somehow. I'm sure you've heard about like the benefits of yogurt and fruit and how that's like part of a well-balanced diet or whatever, but don't let things like that fool you. Kellogg's actually uses powder yogurt, which has been heat treated and therefore does not actually contain the benefits that actual fresh yogurt does, which is the probiotics in it, because once it is heat treated, it no longer has those probiotics. Like most other boxed cereals, it contains a lot of inflammatory sugar that your body really doesn't need, that it probably will end up storing as fat. A lot of boxed cereals also contain things like artificial colors and artificial flavors. They also have preservatives, which are not natural, and it basically extends their shelf life for a lot longer. None of those things are good for your gut health at all. That's not going to help your body really in any way. Compare 42 grams of that Special K fruit and yogurt cereal that I told you about and 40 grams of the oatmeal. This is the kind that I've been using. It's like Mom's Best old-fashioned oats. Special K has 160 calories, which you might think that's not much, right? It has 13 grams of sugar and only 3 grams of fiber. That extra sugar is not going to help you if your goal is weight loss. The oatmeal has 140 calories, so not much less than the Special K, but the quality of what you're eating, the more refined and processed things are, the less good or less healthy they are for you. Oatmeal keeps you full for so long, it's not even funny. It's like a no-brainer, honestly. Find a way to make it taste better so that you can switch it out and have it multiple times a week and stop reaching for stuff like that crazy sugary boxed cereal. The last thing we are going to compare is syrup. I don't use syrup very often because I eat oatmeal almost every day, like during the week, so I don't really have that much of a use for sugar, but giving you options for if you're going to use syrup anyway, alternatives that you could use that are going to help you make better choices in the long run. I have this, so 1/4 cup of, let's say, Aunt Jemima syrup, 200 calories, 50 grams of carbs, and 30 grams of sugar, which is a lot for a small amount of syrup. I am comparing this to Mrs. Butterworth's sugar-free syrup, just because they are the same serving size. It's only 20 calories, whereas the regular one is 200 calories for the same serving size, which is crazy. You are eating 10 times the calories for no reason if you're not eating the sugar-free one. Carbs are so much different too. The regular one has 50 grams of carbs, whereas the sugar-free one has 16 grams of carbs. And then lastly, the sugar content. Obviously, the sugar-free one is 0 grams of sugar. The regular one is 30 grams of sugar. Honestly, they taste the same. Yeah. There are so many ways that you can make better choices. These are just a few that I have tried out personally and over like a longer period of time. I don't have enough time to share more, unfortunately, but if you guys are interested and enjoyed this video, then I will definitely do another one or maybe even 2 parts to this, because there's just so much I want to share when it comes to these things. So much I've learned along the way during my process of trying to lose weight, and mainly doing it by changing eating habits. There's so much helpful information I want to share. It's just a matter of getting it all out there and knowing what you guys want to see. As always, please like this video. Thank you guys for watching this video. Until the next time I see you guys, take care and be safe. Bye.